Crackadaks nappies. Crackadaks. They're cute little emblems, like a little crocodile. So cute. Alright, so Australian company, Australian owned, Australian designed, made in China. The tag actually says designed with love in Western Australia but made in China. Only came about last year, 2019, I believe they started. That's what it says on their website anyway. So relatively new company with a reasonably large following for only being around for a year and a bit or 2 years or whatnot. Really cute little nappies. I love some of their designs. They also state that they are specifically designed for Crackadaks, hand illustrated or some such is what they say on the website. So they're an all-in-two pocket nappy. So again, can be used as a pocket, can be used as an all-in-two, or can be used as like a combination of both. Outer shells, PUL, with a suede cloth lining. They have a pocket at the back, not at the front. They have 4 sizing options, so they actually have 3 snaps on the front. 1, 2, 3, and that's the little snap. So they give you 4 different sizing options, and they have a double waist, but it's quite a slim double waist, so it's not overly chunky. Their elastics at the back are a nice thickness. I personally like that. And they come as standard with 2 inserts, a nice big anchor like this, and a little snap in like this. Your anchor is supposed to be, well, made to fold over like that with the big bit at the back, and you put that into the pocket if you wish, and then you can snap in at the front, the little snap in one, which can sit on the top, or you can stuff it in the nappy in the pocket. It's up to you. Do what you want. Yeah, the inserts are a bamboo terry toweling, so it's a bit of a different fabric than some other brands. I actually like this fabric. I personally really like the nappies that use this. Reason for that, and again, this is my personal opinion, I think they feel nicer, I think they wash better, and they dry better, and they tumble dry quite well as well on a low setting. You still have the pilling, like you get that on anything, but it's not as noticeable with the terry because of all the little loopy bits, and they don't get as much curling as some others as well. So yeah, I really like this fabric. I have a couple of other brands that use it as well. Fluffy Ducks, I think, is one of them. And I don't know, I just like it. I like their absorbency. They price from the mid to high range, they're $34.95. So a lot of nappies out there at that sort of price point anyway, so they're very competitive. Lots of cute designs. It's run by, I think, 2 mums, which is awesome, which I love. And I couldn't see on the website if they do like nappy bundles, but their stocks are low at the moment, so it's a possibility that they do like buy 6, save X amount of dollars. I'm not 100% sure. They do wet bags and change mats and things like that as well, and you can buy extra inserts separate. I didn't see like a nighttime booster or another insert on there, but again, they may do one, or they might have one in the works. I'm not sure. The dad test, look, it's not the most straightforward nappy out there, as mentioned in some of my other reviews, because it's got all these options, you've got all these inserts, and do they go in the pocket, do they go on top, you know, dads get confused. So I'm going to give it like a 6 out of 10, because it can be a little bit of a tricky nappy to fit. The thing that I really love about this design is the offset studs. This is the hip snap, it's on the bottom row, which I like. It just fits better on my child, and they're all kind of like offset, so when you snap it up, they're all going in on different, which I think stops having that wing snap, like that wing pulling away. You know, when you have nappies on and the wing kind of sticks up like that. I think that helps the pressures like spaced out. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Anyway, I like that. That's a really cool little feature that not a lot of other nappies have. Most of them are kind of like lined up almost perfectly. Not all of them, but yeah, that's a really cool little design feature that they have on there. So I like that. Reasonably soft elastics. They're not the softest, but I haven't had many red marks or anything really angry when he has them on. So yeah, really cute little nappy. Overall, quite a trim fitting nappy. Again, it does sit a bit lower. Often he'll have a little bit of a plumber's crack sticking out. They kind of sit on like undies would. So that's just something to be aware of when you're putting them on. There's heaps of fitting guides and things like that online, and Crackadaks website, they offer help with fitting. So check it out if you're struggling. Wash and wear. They wash and wear relatively well. I already mentioned about the inserts. What I like about them is the washing and the drying. They don't take too long to dry. Like they're not, they don't take as long as some other brands. So I like that about them. And they've kept up relatively well. The inside of the nappies still in good nick, but the suede cloth will definitely start to peel over time. So it's washed. They've washed and worn. So far so good, but I haven't used them a huge amount yet, like in all honesty. So full disclaimer, each of the nappies have only probably been used maybe like a handful of times thus far. Okay, today we're going to be wearing our Crackadaks nappies. I have 3 Crackadaks, cute little sloths, and this garden print, or jungle print rather, and faux art. I had to get a faux art, it's absolutely stunning. So we're going to start off with that this morning. I've got it on him. I've just snapped up one rise where I think it's going to fit him. I have kind of noticed that it's a little bit of a shorter nappy than some others. I mean, I've mentioned many times, he's quite a long baby, very tall. Okay, it's quite a cute little nappy. It is a little bit trimmer than some others. Like even though it's got double snaps along the waist, it's quite a short style, if that sort of makes sense. It's not a very, yeah, it's not very bulky, which I like. Why doesn't that match up? Okay, he's really not cooperating with me, but I'll just fix it up. But it's almost sort of like underwear. Like it's not a very, it's quite a trim little nappy. It's quite cute. And what I was talking about before with the inserts. So I've just taken this one out. I've got one in the pocket at the moment, but I haven't got the extra booster in there. I just want to see how long it lasts just with the one insert, and then as always the next nappy I'll put on will have the extra booster in there, and we'll just compare. So okay, so bit of an update. We've had an explosion out the back of the nappy. It's only been on him for an hour. I'm not going to show you in great detail, but he's just whoopsied up the top there. So I'm not sure if I've got this riding too low. which may be a possibility because he was showing a little bit of his butt crack. So I'm going to change him, put a new one on him, and I'm going to release the snaps. I just want to see if I can get it sitting a bit higher to avoid the explosion situation, because that's not nice. So it's only been on him for an hour, which is a bit disappointing because I actually really like this nappy and how it kind of sits a bit trimmer. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do, but we're going to play around with it. So I've now put him back in with none of the rise snaps snapped up. Still reasonably trim fitting, very easy to put on. All the hip snaps are kind of offset, which is actually quite handy because it kind of tailor makes, like there's one right above the thigh here, which really helps with the sealing around the legs without it being too tight. So I actually really like that. I'll just turn him over to show you the difference in the height. So the other one I had on really was riding quite low. I don't know if you can't really see that. Stand up. It was riding quite low. I had a butt crack. This one is sitting a little bit higher. So hopefully if we have any more explosions, it contains it. But I really want these nappies to work, so I'm going to figure out, because they're just so cute and yeah, really lovely. I don't know if that's on a bit tight actually, but that's all right. Beautiful. All right, Crackadaks number 2. I've done the same thing. I've taken out that additional insert. It's not in there, so, and then I've got a third one over here I can put on later, so we'll see how long that lasts. Okay, I don't know what it is today, but he's done another number 2 in this nappy, but we have not had any leaks in this one, which is great. So it's all been contained. It's been on him for 3 hours now, so it's probably time to change him anyway. It's a little bit damp around the leg elastics here, which probably isn't connected to him doing a number 2 or anything. That's probably just because it's been on him for 3 hours and it's only got the one insert in there. So I'll change him and then I'll pop him in the third Crackadaks and I'll leave both inserts in there, and hopefully he's finished his business for the day and we can just see how long that lasts as a maximum. Before we get some leaks. Okay, so with this one I've got the extra insert in there, snapped in on top. So it's going to make it a tiny bit bulkier, but it's definitely not overly bulky, especially because I've got all the rise snaps, the sizing snaps left open. Again, not sure if that's the correct thing for him, but I just found it was riding really low at the back. Okay, so we've got him in nappy number 3, sorry. It's not too firm around the legs. Fits quite nice. Still got some space in there. Great. Yep, I'm happy with that. I've got the cute little sloths on the bum. Beautiful. This is the insert from the other nappy, and I had it doubled over. It's quite wet, like very wet, and it's also very wet pretty much all the way to the back. So the good thing about that is that tells me that the fabric's doing the right job and it's drawing all that moisture back, even though he wets primarily in the front. It's a tiny bit still dry at the back there, but really happy with that. I actually think I'm going to get quite a while out of this one with the extra insert in there. Okay, so this is the third Crackadak for the day, and it has been on him for almost 6 hours, and we're just starting to get quite wet around the leg elastics here, so that's super impressive. Once you get the right fit and you've got the right amount of inserts in there, these little nappies are a ripper. So I'm just gonna take it off him and have a quick squeezy at the inserts, but I reckon they're gonna be drenched. Yeah, so that's the top, but they're very wet. They're very wet, which is not surprising. That's held a lot of liquid. He's done lots of wheeze. I'm really impressed with that, and it's all the way wet all the way to the back. So really, really impressed with the Crackadaks nappies. It's just got to get the right fit, I think, and they do sit a little bit lower. So, but that makes them quite a trim nappy, quite good for skinny little bubbers. If you had a really chunky bubber, you may have issues with the Crackadaks. I'm not 100% sure. He's a little chubby, but he's not a chunker. So yeah, I'm really impressed with that.